Yo, what about games out there? The name's Second Heat, and you know what grinds my gears? Being bound to one game a year. Let's start off. Now let's go to the commentary.
Throwing frag.
You guys have not heard the next installment to the Borderlands franchise. People who believe that video games is a waste of time. Now, when I say this, basically for those of you guys that do not know, for years I've been basically one of those kids who could only get like one, if I was lucky, 2 games a year. For this reason, I've only been able to play Call of Duty ever since my, I think maybe 14th birthday. Whenever Modern Warfare 2 came out, all I've been playing was Call of Duty. All I could play was Modern Warfare 2. The next year, Black Ops. The year after, Modern Warfare 3. The year after, Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2. I'm not gonna count Ghost because, well, I don't play that crappy game. So basically, throughout all those years, all I've been able to play was Call of Duty, and that's because my mom just like only bought me one game a year, and that was on Christmas Day. So, you know, that's really irritated the crap out of me for all those years, because hearing about all these beautiful games that are coming out, all of the games that I so wanted to play, whether it was a racing game, whether it was an RPG, maybe even fighting, or you know, just something outside of the shooter games. You know, I could never get them. You know, one of the games that I've always wanted to play, that I always heard my friends talking about, was Skyrim. Skyrim was a game that everyone loved to play. Skyrim was a game my friends could not stop talking about. Everyone just kept on like bragging about what they did, how high up their like character is, and then I've just been in the background just like, I don't even know what you guys are talking about. Like, yeah, I do know the game, I do know the concept of the game, but I don't know like any of these amazing things that you guys are bragging about. And that's something that's really irritated me, and I think even to this day I would still love to play Skyrim. I really just want to experience the greatness of Elder Scrolls. But you know, that was like one of the games I could never play. Then another game that I've always wanted to play, well, that I now got to play thanks to my friend, was the Assassin's Creed series. I've always wanted to play all the Assassin's Creed games, but luckily with my friend's help, he has let me borrow his Assassin's Creed 3, and then with another friend who has let me borrow Assassin's Creed 2 and Revelations. Thanks to them, I got to experience the Assassin's Creed, and that's one of the reasons why I'm now so excited for AC Unity, because hopefully I really want to get that game too. I also want to get Black Flag, but once again, bound to one game a year, really couldn't get it. But there have been many games out there that I so wanted to play that I could never ever get, because my mom just only gets me one game a year, and you know, video games are getting expensive. You know, $60 for a new game, and I guess any game that's like 2 years or younger, they're just gonna be $60, and buying 2 games, that's $120. You buy 3 games, that's 2, 4. That's $180. For a second, I forgot how to do math. But yeah, that's $180 on 3 games. That's actually a lot of money if you think about it. So you know, I've always just had to stick with one game a year, and that's always been so restricting, because I've always wanted to just like branch out again, because during my PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1 times, I've always had like different genre of games. I've always had the fighting games, adventure games, shooting games, racing games. I used to have a whole lot. I used to have, like, it may not sound much to some people, but to me it was a lot. I used to have like about 20 different games, and that was fun for me. Now all I have is basically Call of Duty. I only have like Call of Duty and like 2 other games. And one of the things that made me so happy, for those of you guys that do not know, it was my birthday a couple weeks ago on April 27th, and I had a birthday party, like the week after. And something that made me very happy was one of my friends actually like let me have one of her games that she doesn't play anymore, but she knew that I really, really wanted to play it so much because it's something I used to play during PS2 times, and when I saw it again, I just really wanted it so bad. And this is the game. For those guys that can't see, it's just Need for Speed Carbon. Need for Speed Carbon was one of my favorite racing games I've ever played, and when I saw that, it just reminded me back of like how things used to be. You know, before shooter games, I used to love racing games. I always played Need for Speed from Underground all the way to Undercover, and I even played some of the Shift games, but racing games was like one of my favorites. I even played Gran Turismo. I just enjoyed it so much. And so seeing Carbon again and playing it now, like ever since I got it, I've been like non-stop playing Carbon. Like every now and then it's come to the point where I'm just like, do I really want to play Call of Duty? Or do I just want to keep on just like racing other people, just destroying the competition, you know? And being able to have that feeling, that's just a feeling that I've never gotten to experience like for years, and experiencing it now, it just, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. So, you know, being bound to one game a year is something that should never happen, because it really it really narrows a person's gaming experience. Like, all I've known for the past years are shooters. Shooters has been the only thing that I've been paying attention to. Now, I'm not gonna lie, my Call of Duty games are fun to play, but you know, for playing the same game a year, and with Black Ops 2 playing it for 2 years straight, it gets pretty annoying. And that's also another reason why I love PlayStation Plus so much, because PlayStation Plus, one of the pros is you get free games every month. So I've been playing games like Remember Me, which is very fun. I have played Metro Last Light. I have played BioShock Infinite, another beautiful game. Even though I haven't even like gotten that far into it, still I love it. Borderlands 2, even though it's also a shooter. And it's funny because like 3 of the games I named were shooters, but it's not COD. It's something totally different. Like Borderlands 2, that's an adventure. That's an adventure. I think it's also kind of as an RPG kind of game, and that's a lot of fun. You know, it's good to have some humor and some like fantasy-like stuff. BioShock Infinite can also be counted. Well, BioShock Infinite is also different with all the magic and, you know, a different kind of storyline besides something military-like. Metro Last Light is like survival. And now going to Remember Me. Remember Me is an adventure game. It's all, you know, not COD. And being able to broaden my experience, once again, you know, it's just great. I'm glad I got to experience that again. And I hope that coming PS4 times, I hope I get to keep on broadening my experience. And one of the things I plan on getting, on the, well, maybe not the 27th, but sometime after, is Watch Dogs. And thankfully, with all the money I got from my birthday, I plan on buying Watch Dogs, because that game looks so phenomenal, and I really, really want to get it so badly. I've been wanting to get it for the past couple of years, since it was announced like I think 2 E3s ago. So that's something I really want to get. And also coming, you know, during the fall time, I also want to get The Crew, another racing game that looks brilliant. I also want to get Destiny, even though it's also a shooter. That's still not COD. So, and there are many other games that I also want to get, games that will come out next year and the year after and the year after that. And I really hope that this is the year where I really just, I guess, not leave COD as a whole, but spend my time with other things. So yeah, if you want to know what grinds my gears, it's being bound to one game a year, because that is too restricting. Too restricting for someone who loves video games. Please don't ever be like me. Until next time, this has been your boy Tekken Heat. I'm out. Peace.